got them growing out the bottom of the barrel. That right there is what I'm after. That right there is hopness. Right there. So what I'm going to do, you probably can't see that. I'm just going to dump it right upside down, folks. This is what I've got for a barrel. It's a half a plastic barrel. Put holes in the bottom for drainage. And I thought that they were crowded. Let me take you off the tripod. Alright, so I just emptied this pile of soil out of that half a barrel. It's been cut off. Holes drilled in the bottom for drainage. And this is what I have. This is hopness. Alright, it grows in the wild. And as you can see, just as I thought it might happen, was that it is becoming root bound. So, here's some little tiny hopness. And I'm sure there's going to be a handful of larger ones. See that? Let me put it on the ground so you can see. I'll put it right on the bucket. Alright, so what it does is almost like a pearl necklace. It'll have a tuber, and then it'll go for a little bit, and then it'll put out another tuber, another tuber, another tuber, just like a string of pearls. And these could go on for a long, long ways underground, folks. They're about 3 to 4 inches underground, where the ground is mostly fertile. And those are all small. So let's dig into this together. Here's one, small one. I'm just going to put them into a pile. There's a lot of small ones, folks. That's all right. They might be all small. They might be, oh, that soil is so warm. So here is a little bit larger than a golf ball. This is hopness. It grows in the wild. I transplanted it about 3 years ago. It took me 3 years to figure out the soil to mimic the soil that it was in. So that is also known as a ground nut. But hopness is what I go by. It's Hopniss. And you can substitute it for a potato. It likes to grow, well, I've only seen it grow through near streams. Now, some friends of mine, they were canoeing down a stream, and they found a bunch of these where the spring runoff exposed them. Now, if you remember when I was fiddleheading down a stream this spring, I came across a bunch of these. I gathered some up for a meal and was going to go back and get some more to go with some fiddleheads another day. And a bear had come through and cleaned the exposed ones up. And you can see where a bear dug a little bit, trying to find more. So the bear liked them first thing in the spring. And these were crowded, folks, which I thought they might be. Now, excuse me. Typically, see, you've got a small one there. Whoops, a small one there. A small one there. About the size of a quarter. Then there's, in between, there's rootage, right? So, these are the typical size here that I have seen out in the wild. And the reason I am digging these up is, one, I am ready for a meal, and two, I need to separate them because they're root bound. So it likes moist soil. It likes fertile soil. It likes to grow 3 to 4 inches just below the surface. And if you get a runoff or a washout, you'll find them right along the top of the ground in the spring, and you can find them and you can harvest them then. They are good to eat year-round, folks, if you can get down to get them, right? So one string will give you several small tubers. Now, you don't want to grab a bunch of these and think you're going to have a potato fest. You're not going to eat a lot of them in the first sitting, because some people, it bothers their bellies, right? So just like with anything new, you want to try 1 or 2 and wait and see how your belly is going to react. But they are pretty starchy. They do resemble a potato. You do, in my experience, you do want to peel them, folks. Now, I've had these 2 ways. I have had them boiled, and then you mash them up, much like you would a potato or a Jerusalem artichoke. Or you can just peel them and fry them up, which they're really good fried up, folks. They have that nice fried flavor. So I got some bigger ones than I expected. Like right there. Those 2 are nice size. Will that focus? Those 2 are nice size, folks, for hopness.